A bulldozer crouched on my property, a neon yellow sign duct taped to my barn. Future site of Pine Valley Community Center. Construction begins next week. I blinked, half expecting a heat stroke hallucination, but the cement trucks growling nearby and the smug woman waving from a lawn chair under a pink umbrella proved this was real and ridiculous. That barn wasn't just a barn. It was a classified federal bunker, and these clowns were about to get a hard lesson. 3 days earlier, I'd come back from a town supply run to find an HOA truck hogging half my driveway, typical for Pine Valley, where the new board paraded their neighborhood enhancement campaign. This time, a scroll, like some old-timey decree, was taped to my mailbox. An HOA zoning change, supposedly passed in a secret meeting I was never invited to. The board had reclassified non-essential land for community use, and my barn was smack in the middle of their new map. I knew their tactics: fines for imaginary weeds, threats over mailbox colors, even a cease and desist for disruptive wind chimes. But this? Pure madness. That barn, in my family for generations, wasn't just mine. It was a 1960s front for a steel-hatched, biometric-locked, 2-story underground vault stuffed with federal tech that'd make a prepper cry. Hidden from the road by design. Next morning, I stormed the HOA office, a tacky converted house with fake pillars, fresh mulch, and flags screaming civic pride. Evelyn Harper, the board's ringleader, greeted me, her smile pinned on, teal blazer spotless, sipping sparkling water behind a faux granite desk. I kept cool. The barn's mine. Classified. Off limits. She blinked slowly. Oh, honey, all barns are classified when folks don't play nice. She said the board voted, maps redrawn, file a complaint with the beautification subcommittee if I felt like it. Logic was dead. Evelyn was drunk on control, my barn her next trophy. I left before I said something to ping a federal watch list. That night, my neighbor across the way, Tom Reed, called, whispering like a Cold War operative. Crew sniffing around your barn after dark. My camera feed showed 2 guys' clipboards, flashlights, one jimmying a panel with a crowbar until a red laser dotted his chest. The barn's proximity system, non-lethal, deer-friendly, spooked them off. Morning brought a surveyor with a drone, mapping my yard, tomato patches and all. Evelyn cleared the airspace, he smirked. I warned him federal law trumps Evelyn. He laughed until the barn fried his drone with a high-frequency pulse. He bolted. I held off escalating. My contact at the Office of Infrastructure Security said, call only for perimeter breach or core touch. I logged everything: visits, emails, Evelyn's smirks. Then 2 board lackeys showed up, fake historic registry lanyards, poking around my garage, asking about asbestos and blueprints. HOA's got administrative control pending paperwork, one said. I shooed them off. They scurried, thinking my bunker was a knitting club shed. I triggered the emergency protocol key from under the sink, panel in the wall, alert sent. 10 minutes later, DC called, lock it down. We're en route. Outside, I told the surveyors, move your cars. Blast radius. They scattered, baffled. Evelyn, filming, yelled, our lawyer's coming. Waved to Homeland Security. The countdown was on it, just my land, but a federal line crossed. By dawn, Evelyn's community center pitch spread like wildfire. Voicemails piled: yoga classes, barbecue contests, kids' parties. Flyers hyped the heart of Pine Valley, sketching my bunker as a quaint red barn, not a steel core vault with EMP shielding. Evelyn hosted a meeting, her slideshow boasting glass doors, a mural of herself, and fake quotes from neighbors like Martha Lane, who'd never spoken to her. I stood, explaining the barn's historic preservation status, federal law barring conversion. Evelyn interrupted, accusing me of stifling progress, fining me $2,800 for obstructing development and a made-up emergency lawn correction after her trucks flattened my flower beds. Surveillance tightened. Cameras popped upon by the road, another near the barn. My feeds caught HOA contractors faking sign repairs, one with binoculars, chugging energy drinks. Tire tracks gouged my grass. Backdoor sensors pinged a secure server 2 states away. Evelyn's son, Dylan Harper, a self-proclaimed infrastructure expert, skulked with a thermal scanner and a DIY EMP tester, muttering about grid analysis and HOA orders. Step back or meet acoustic deterrence, I warned. He dropped his gear-tagged exhibit and ran. Evelyn's email blast, unveiling the barn mystery, claimed I'd abandoned it, hinting at shady midnight activity, announcing an imminent domain adjustment to seize it. No such thing existed. HOA couldn't override federal law, but neighbors stared. Kids dared each other to touch it, one leaving a note about extraterrestrials. I activated Stage 2 lockdown. Sensors synced, alerts flagged, feds notified. Evelyn's lawyer, her unlicensed nephew, demanded keys and codes, threatening community progress, lawsuits. I laughed. The codes were beyond me, locked in multi-agency encryption. My reply: cease and desist, signed custodian, National Infrastructure Zone 7D. Saturday dawn roared in a bulldozer, backhoe. Pickups swarmed like a low-budget invasion. Evelyn, in a tiny vest labeled Project Overseer, waved a clipboard like a scepter. Balloons bobbed, a banner screamed Heart of Pine Valley. Giant scissors gleamed for her press stunt. A reporter and drone guy set up, chairs unfolded. Evelyn launched her speech. Today, we reclaim this forgotten space for joy, unity, belonging. Pointing at my bunker, beaming. Applause sputtered, cider poured. I let her glow, then stepped forward, device in hand, and pressed the red button. A hum pulsed. The ground trembled. Steel panels slid over wood. Laser tripwires flickered. Armored doors rose like castle gates. Evelyn's mic cut out. The bulldozer stalled, its driver bailing. Gasps spread, a camera tipped over. I spoke. This is federal property. National Infrastructure Security Act. Breaching, demolishing, or repurposing is a felony. 30 years. Evelyn's laugh wobbled. Absurd. It's a barn, not a missile silo. Tell that to the Office of Infrastructure Security, I said. Black SUVs screeched in. Neighbors gaped, phones out. Agents in suits, lapel pins shining, fanned out to contractors, one to Evelyn, others securing the barn. An agent quizzed her on the demolition permit. She paled, stammering. Her assistant tripped, fleeing. The scissors were bagged as evidence. To me, an agent nodded. Custodian, perimeter secure. Breach recorded. I pointed at Evelyn. She forged city docs, claimed authority. Agent radioed. Civilian, probable cause, processing. Evelyn shrieked. My rights, as agent cited federal law, escorting her to a cruiser. The banner fell, balloons popped. Social media exploded. Evelyn's cuffed clip went viral. HOA tyrant busted on Gov property. News ate it up. Neighbors whispered me barn was an alien base, a missile silo. I deflected. Only alien here was Evelyn. Damage lingered, sensors misaligned, systems tripped. Agents dug into Evelyn's stunt. Forged permits, $190,000 funneled to Dylan's shell companies for banners, rentals, her consulting. She'd scam Martha out of $5,000, promising property value spikes. Martha cried, learning it funded Evelyn's vacation. The HOA collapsed. Audit launched. Board quit. Treasurer vanished. Mike Lane fled. I filed trespass, damage, endangerment suits. Neighbors brought pies, cards, Tom's offer to mow. Pine Valley voted out the HOA, forming a volunteer council under Sarah Brooks. No fines, no cameras. Evelyn's trial: forgery, interference, fraud, netted 3 years, a lifetime HOA ban. Her house sat unsold, signs fading, mocked as Conspiracy HQ. The OIS sent a plaque, added a restricted zone. Pine Valley thrived: wild lawns, bright flags, friendly waves. My bunker hummed, a silent line nobody dared cross.